Ford freaking Ranger. Today we got us a Ford Ranger, and we got a smoking deal on it because we're kind of bored and need something to do. And the truck's been sitting easily 15-ish years. We'll get an exact date and let you know later. But right now, we're gonna go over here, check it out, and see what's missing and what we can do to get it started. Okay, we got us a 1995 model Ford Ranger here. And wow, okay. And it's going to be a manual transmission and full of garbage. And here we go, let's take a look what's under the hood. And I got my counterpart Jordan here with me today, help me out. Okay, it did pull up, cool. How many miles this thing got on there? How about we take a look? Oh man, we got 169,000. Oh, nice. It looks like we're missing tunes. You having problems up there? Oh, it even comes with its own hood prop. Nice. I say we were missing a thing or two. Supposed to be an alternator right there. We got rodent poo. Outside of that, this is a non-AC truck. Or it's an AC delete option. There's the alternator. Was it? That was supposed to be AC. No, that was supposed to be AC. There's the alternator. We don't know what's really wrong with it. They said the alternator was bad on it. They said it was an alternator. We have an alternator. I don't think it's any good. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna use that truck over there and we're gonna tow it out of here. Truck. All right, now we'll pull it out of his grave and see how many flat tires he got. See, that thing's got vines all in it. It's been here for so long, the vines are wrapped around the frame of the truck, and it's stopping me from pulling it out. So I guess what we're going to have to do is just go ahead and strap it down with all the muck on the around the wheels and the hangers and just jerk this thing out, and then we'll get it set up down the street. All right. Hey, it looks like we got two flats to deal with. It looks like it was last tagged in 2010. So it's been tagged about just 14 years ago. So we'd easily say that it's approximate time it's been sitting there is roughly about 14 years. So we just dug it out of its 14-year grave, and now we're gonna sit her down and get everything hooked up right, and we're gonna get it over to my buddy's house. Check it out. Hey, isn't this not one of the best hydraulic jacks you ever seen? I got it to take air. Pretty cool, we got it to hold air. Okay, we got it all hooked up. Now we're gonna head over to my buddy's house, drop it off, see if we can't make this thing run. Y'all stick around now, you hear? I think that needs grease. I think it does. All right, now we get to dive in and find out what's really going on with the beast. Let's see if we can't get it started. What do you think? I need something to hold the hood up.
With a hood prop.
Where's the hood prop, man? Oh, this thing's missing the throttle body, or the mass air flow sensor. So we already got parts missing. 2.3, 2.34 cylinder. Hey, let's see if we can't get the wiring to smoke.
Think it's gonna run? Or are they gonna catch fire?
That's a good question. What's my money on, I wonder? Should I bet on black, like charcoal, after it burns? We're gonna see how nasty this fuel is. Uh-oh. Is anything smoking?
I don't smell nothing burning, I don't see nothing smoking.
It's a good shot. We got a chance, we got a chance. Let's see if the engine turn over. Good question. See if I can push harder. Uh-oh. It made some noise. Well, I'll break out a battery brush, see if we can't get a better connection on there.
14 years of crud.
Yeah. With a little bit of luck, a whole lot of education, you too might be able to afford a Ford Ranger. Yes, we do have a garage full of real tools. I'm just lazy and don't want to go in and get them.
Can we get a better connection now?
Well, we're going to clean off some rust to see what we got, and then we'll know if we got a better connection. Whoa, corrosion's so heavy on the battery terminals. We'll have to get it cleaned before we can find out if this thing will take a crank. But the electrical works for the moment.
The header came on for a second.
Yeah. Okay, we got a set of vice grips on the battery. Let's see if we can get a spark out of this. Woo! Sound like something missing. I hear a big click, 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 click.
Well, it has something to do with the mass airflow sensor.
No, I see the mass airflow sensor, the other parts right there. So we have everything. All the pieces are here.
Oh.
But let's see. I mean, we have this part, and the mass airflow's here, but it's not connected. But it still would run with it not being connected. We got cranking. Let's throw a little bit of hot sauce in there and see if we can get it to kick off. If we throw some hot sauce in there, it kicks off. That means we got spark, no fuel. I'm not happy with that. I'm gonna take that hose off. Well, I'm not happy with that mess of nest that I just saw in there, so I'm gonna take this hose off and I'm just gonna squirt it straight into the throttle body itself.
Yeah. Look at, there's something like in the throttle body line, nest or some shit. Yeah. Something was living in there at one point.
All of that just went inside the motor. That is nice. So nice. Well, we'll aim for the roof. What do you think, Jordan? You think it'll start?
It could. I think so.
No spark. All right, so we got to play with the spark and see what's going on. Is it a spark, bad compression, throwing rod? Who knows? I want you to focus in on right there. Y'all let me know if it sparks. Well, so we threw some hot sauce in there and we didn't get it to kick off. So now we checked the spark on it. We don't have a spark, but we have coil packs, and not all of them are going to be bad. So something's not telling the computer to tell it to start firing. So now we got to dive in and find out what. All right, now that I got me a little probe that I can get down and touch in pins, let's see if we can't check the fires and grounds out on this and see what we got going on. So we are able to touch the metal and nothing. Oh, we got power. We don't have ground, so it could be a ground circuit inside of the module. But we have power. So one's going to be a signal, one's going to be a ground. Stop. All right, so we're not getting any ground signal, so the ECM is not telling the coil packs to turn on and fire. So now we got to reach down here and start digging into the engine itself to find out what's the trigger for it, and if either a sensor's bad, or if a wire's broke, or if a fuse is blown. So we're going to dig into that now. Okay, apparently it was a loose connection. We were able to get spark to the coil, or get power to the coil packs, and now they're sparking. Let's go ahead and throw some hot sauce in there and let's see if it takes off. All right, man, that is a success, because that means the engine's alive. And it was able to take off with some hot sauce in there, so now we just have to worry about the fuel delivery system and see what's going on with it. Either bad fuel pump, probably more than likely corroded out, and see if we can't get some fuel pressure up here and get it running. All right, we got fuel, man. Okay, we're gonna throw some fuel in there. We're gonna see if just maybe that it might be low on fuel, and see if we can't get it to activate. And I'll bypass and make sure that the power works from the relay. And if not, then it's probably gonna have to drop the tank down in order to put a new fuel pump in it to get fuel pressure up to the engine. to get it running, so that way we can find out if we can go have some fun with it. We'll keep an eye on the fuel gauge and see if this any of the fuel that we put in there even moves it at all. We'll see if it works.
Has it moved at all yet?
It doesn't look like it.
Look how pristine this interior is. I mean, look at this. This is mint.
It is some pristine interior, yes.
Yeah, it's clean. There was a one-owner truck and it was always garage cab. Never seen outside. Would you believe that?
I'll be damned. This is a AC delete truck. It never had AC put on it. It has all the components for it, but they just put block-offs in there because it doesn't even have a selection for AC. So this is a heat-only truck.
That's the good stuff. That's 93.
That's 93 octane?
Yeah.
Oh man, you knew how to buy the good stuff, didn't you?
Guys, check this out. The custom handle, one of a kind. Nobody else has got one like this. Check that out.
Custom handle.
Custom handle.
Boy, look at that. You get a grip of that, you'll never let go.
You think
All right.
you can handle that?
I don't know. That's a little much for me. I don't know if I can handle it or not.
Fancy.
That's fancy.
That's more than what we paid for the truck right there.
Oh man. All right, let's see if we can't cycle the key a couple times, see if we can't get any fuel up there. Fuel pump sets for over 10 years. It's probably rusted out, but anything is possible. I once bought a Chrysler Laser, turboed Chrysler Laser that had a manual transmission that sat in a friend of mine's backyard for 11 years. And it was a full tank of fuel. And I went back there, put a battery in it, started up and drove it. I drove that thing for 3 years. So anything's possible. But I don't think it's one of these times it's going to work.
You don't think we can take this to Florida tonight?
I severely...
Oh.
Get out.
Oh.
Get out. Are you serious? Did that just try to start? Shut your mouth. What?
The boy freaking brain the torches run.
Man, it runs.
Like a cop.
It's surging because it don't have the mass airflow sensor. Dude, I'm blown away.
14 years and she lit up.
14 years and she lit up. And it even pumped fuel. God, that's crazy. It's even got power steering.
It's wide enough. Listen to that power ride. That's a powerhouse right there.
Boy, that's not bad. That is not bad. Okay, we got to shut her down, check the fluids now. Holy cow. That thing runs. Oh, God, you can smell the rat turds.
Oh, crap. I wish we had smell-o-vision, guys.
Oh.
This stinks.
Smell-o-vision, good point. Oh, God.
Woo, if you guys were here right now. Woo,
Y'all would not subscribe if you could smell that. Oh, holy cow.
That thing.
Okay.
14 years of rat crap.
But boy, I tell you what, it ran. It freaking ran. That is awesome. So now we're going to check the fluids out on it. We didn't have much high expectations on there. Generally speaking, I like to change the fluid out on it and change the oils. And yeah, that was some clicking going on. I don't know what that was. Yeah, but generally speaking, I usually change out the oil and the service everything before I attempt to drive it to start an old engine. But I did not have any high expectations on this particular engine. And plus, we're just going to go out and dog it and have some fun with it. So I didn't really care to. And to my surprise that this thing still runs, I was expecting to put a fuel pump in it and be, you know, a few dollars into it before this thing would even kick off. And to my surprise, it runs. It freaking runs. It's a Ford freaking Ranger. So now we'll let it run. We'll let it rest for a minute, and then we're going to check the fluids. Oh, we got pressure. I don't know about that one. Oh man, I don't know.
What it looks like inside. Not too
Don't
bad.
see nothing in there.
Yeah.
So I think we're empty. We got a little light here. Let's see what we got. I don't see no fluid. We'll see if we can add a little water and see if anything comes up.
We got some Corona in the floorboard. That'll work on it.
Very good.
Think, God? Corona work is fluid, coolant. Think it'll work?
That's a good experiment. wood Corona cooling engine. Hey, maybe that's a future one. I don't know. Couple rednecks, too much free time. You come up with some good stuff. Come up with some good stuff. Oh man, that vine is in there.
Look at that guy. Look at that vine. It's living on the truck. It's part of it now.
Holy, that's grew up all. Holy cow, that's all the way in there.
Yeah.
That grew up all the way up and out. All right, I'm gonna have to go find some scissors, some knife, or something, cut that vine out of there.
I got a knife.
And we'll get some water added in here, and we'll see it. We'll check it out. But let's check that oil real quick and see what we got going on.
See if it's got oil in it.
That is also a very good point. That is a lot of oil. It has oil. Let's see if it's the right amount.
What do you think, guys? We're gonna have a little too much? Not enough? What do you think?
It is low.
Low and low.
Probably about 2.5 quarts. But it has oil in it, so that's a good sign. And it ran.
If it's leaking oil, it's got oil.
Because I mean, come on, it's an acronym: fix or repair daily. Ford. Okay, we got a bunch of vacuum hoses off, and but it still runs incredible with all the vacuum and air leaks it has. That's still very, very shocking. Let's get this vine stuff cut out of there and make sure the coolant is okay, and keep moving forward. All right, we didn't get any water yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut these vines out so that way they're out of the way. Literal trees growing up through the car that runs. Yeah, there's other little scragglers in there, but at least we could probably close the hood now. All right, let me go get some water, see if we can't top this radiator off and see if it leaks. We're dealing with a little bit of weather today, mainly wind. Other than that, we're gonna mess with the Ranger and get a tire on it, so that way we can drive around and play with it. That'll get it off. Now we're gonna use the Harbor Freight Special. That's right, it's a Daytona. Fastest jack on the market. Good time to check out the brakes.
Get a look in there on that. Ooh, a little crusty. They still got about 100,000 on them though. We good.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. We got a while before we need to change them brakes, boy. Whew. Say what? Oh my God.
Not leaning no more.
I think about giving it a proper name called Eileen. No matter what you do when you work on anything, it's always good to have a little prick around. You just need a piece of hose. So we're gonna go through the system. We're gonna go through this truck and under the hood and find out what else is needing. Hoses, wiring, parts, pieces, filters, whatever's required to get this thing to run back, or at least attempt to run normally, so we can play with it today and find out what happens. All right, we'll have to deal with the hoses and stuff like that later. Let's find out what the real reason why this thing was parked, if we can. We'll see if the alternator really is charging, or if it's not. And just like that, we got power. That's crazy that this runs. 14.7, I see that alternator charging. Boy, this thing runs, dude, this is crazy that this thing sat for so many years that it did, and it runs the way that it does. That's the great thing about fuel injection. You don't have to sit here and rebuild the carburetors or nothing. If everything works and you fire it up, that's it, you're done. You run some treatment through there to make sure that all the injectors and the ports and the fuel pumps all lubed and cleaned out. But this thing runs amazing.
Know what time it is, right?
Smooth, man. Listen to that, it purrs. We ain't changed nothing. Well, here's the most important question. Number one question that you gotta ask. Does it smoke? And I say that would be a successful burnout. This thing runs amazing. Been sitting easily 14 years in the back in somebody's front yard, and we pulled it out, throw some fuel in it, throw a fresh battery in there, and it runs great. We were told that this thing was broke down because of an alternator, and that's the reason why they parked it all these years ago. As you clearly see in the video, that it charges, it runs, it drives, it burns tires. This thing is in great shape. Let's go have some fun with it.